It's what non-car people don't get. They see all cars as just a ton and a half, 2 tons of wires, glass, metal and rubber. That's all they see. People like you or I know we have an unshakable belief that cars are living entities. Well, not a Toyota Corolla, obviously, but you can develop a relationship with a car, and that's what non-car people just don't get.
Hi, I'm Gary Goodman. Been into automobiles as long as I can remember. I've had the good fortune that family business from way back in the 50s dealt with electronics. At the time it was really radios for automobiles. Been running it myself for about the last 50 or so, and I can remember from matchboxes in my early years, loving them, looking at the shapes, the colors, the sounds. Most seminal moment that I can recall was a babysitter got a brand new Mustang when they had first come out in the mid-60s, and that bit me to the point that I still have a Mustang today. Again, my good fortune enables me to be around just about everything and not only see them, listen to them. I get the option to drive them, work on them, and pretty broad set of likes. Rarely met a car I didn't like. There's so many different options out there today. They've morphed from very analog cars, which I traditionally appeal to me, to these new vehicles that are completely digital. They're interconnected computer systems, and they have performance capabilities unlike anything else.
Hi, I'm Tony Castor. I'm the owner of the Park at Whiteland, which is a storage facility for classics and exotics and all kinds of cars. We pretty much have at least one of everything in here. You name it, we have it. Been in the cars my whole life. It got started at a very young age when my parents bought a Porsche 930 Turbo, but I think it's been in my blood ever since then. Or before then. My great-grandfather had a used car lot in Philadelphia back in the 50s and 60s, so definitely in my blood. The park started from being in the car business for years and years, and people always asking me if I know of anywhere to store their car, where they can store it safe and indoors, and that led to this, and now I've become a curator for their cars. We do collection management, do a lot of light restoration work, anything from basic detailing on up to, I should say, full-out reconditioning, making the cars look new again without doing a complete kind of frame-off restoration. We can do transportation and regular maintenance. Get involved a lot with the local Cars and Coffee crowd, and trying to always bring something different, host different events here. And then that spun off into Castor Motor Group, which is my dealership, where we buy and sell a lot of these cars because my clients will come to me and ask, hey, do you know where I can find this car? Or I want to sell this one. Do you know anyone for it? So that spun off, and now everything is intertwined and keeps me busy. For most of my life, I've been a Porsche and BMW guy. I've got a few classic BMWs of my own. Favorite car? I think one of my favorite to drive is the BMW Z8. I am fond of 911 GT3s mainly. Right now I've been on kind of a 964 kick. I think they're a lot of fun without getting too modern.
name is Drew Koblitz. I've been collecting cars now for right about the last decade, and I'm historically a Porsche guy. Not actually long after getting my driver's license, I ended up racing in Porsche Club, doing their club sport racing, and then I went into Grand Am right after that. So I've always had a thing for Porsche and a connection, and a lot of the cars I've had historically are Porsches, and even today the majority of the ones that I have are. And I'd say that kind of the feelings that I've had driving 911s have dictated what I buy almost that aren't 911s, even after that. But currently I've got a Singer that's probably my favorite car on the planet. That car I can't imagine ever selling. I mean, it took four years and change to kind of spec and build that out with them. I have a Carrera GT that's sitting right there. Also, probably one of my favorite cars ever. Not the specific one, but just any Carrera GT. There's still, I don't think, anything that's usurped that from a supercar standpoint. Mixture of you can die, and people have, and then just you feel like an absolute Le Mans driver, rock star. I mean, it feels more race car than for the most part, race car I've been in, save maybe like some of the Porsche Cup cars. I'm a big Resto Mod fan. I have a couple Rod M rebuilds that are on their way. I've had most of the Porsche 911s that you'd think that are phenomenal, and they are 911R, 2010 GT3 RS. Actually, pretty much every GT3 of every generation I've had at some point. And I mean, I'm a big fan of the flat six experience in general, and on back roads, on tracks, there's still kind of nothing that's equivalent to it. Stuff that's not Porsche that I really enjoy. I have a new Ford GT, and that car I enjoy because it is pretty much flat out a race car. And I appreciate cars that were, race cars first or primarily, and then, kind of the street car application for something special, because nothing is nearly as special as something that isn't supposed to be on the road, to a degree. But they've done a fantastic job at multi-radic racing, just making it totally a blast on the roads. Save you can't use their track mode because it'll wipe out the front spoiler in about 13 seconds. As far as why I like cars in general, it's probably because when I'm in a car, I don't think about absolutely anything else other than if I'm sitting in traffic. But a sports car on a back road, I'm in the car on the road, and that's it. So, people's versions of meditation, which they're showing, are more and more important to your general health. For me, my meditation is moving, which may not be better for my overall health, but I'm going to pretend it is. And if a car makes me happy and makes me focus that much more, that kind of dictates the experience and the special experience. And I've always found that 911s tend to kind of do that in a very unique way for me.